Jacob Fatu stepped into the spotlight with a cold expression written across his face, staring directly into the camera as the WWE Universe buzzed with uncertainty. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The tension in the building grew instantly because everybody knew something serious was about to happen. Jacob Fatu slowly grabbed a microphone and let the silence build before finally speaking with confidence. He said that for too long people had been talking about power, legacy, and who truly ruled the family. He mentioned that every time the conversation turned toward dominance, one name constantly overshadowed everyone else, and that name was Roman Reigns. Jacob admitted that Roman had built an empire, conquered opponents, and stood at the top longer than most men ever could, but he claimed something important had changed. Jacob said the WWE Universe kept asking questions about the future. They wanted to know who carried the true warrior spirit and who deserved to stand at the head of the table now. He declared that he was tired of hearing whispers backstage and debates online. He wanted answers in front of the entire world. Jacob explained that respect inside the family had to be earned and not inherited forever. He claimed Roman Reigns had been sitting comfortably for too long while others fought battles to prove themselves every single night. The crowd erupted as Jacob mentioned Roman's name again. He paused, looked around the arena, and said that while people feared Roman Reigns, he never had. Jacob explained that fear did not exist in his bloodline because warriors were raised to fight, raised to survive, and raised to conquer. He said Roman built his kingdom with intimidation, but intimidation stopped working when someone stronger arrived. Jacob claimed he wasn't there to ask for acknowledgement. He wasn't there to stand in line behind anybody. He came to take what he believed belonged to him. Jacob continued speaking with intensity, saying that every champion eventually faces someone who refuses to bow. He stated that Roman Reigns had become used to hearing people praise him, follow him, and call him the tribal chief without question. But Jacob said he refused to play that role. He claimed Roman had forgotten what it felt like to face someone willing to challenge his authority face to face without hesitation. Suddenly the energy shifted as Roman Reigns' music echoed through the arena. Roman slowly walked out with complete confidence, staring directly at Jacob Fatu without breaking focus. Roman stood at the entrance for a moment, soaking in the reaction before making his way toward the ring. Every step felt deliberate. Roman entered the ring, took a microphone, and looked Jacob directly in the eyes. Roman said people had challenged him before, but challenges always disappeared once reality hit them. Roman explained that everybody talked tough until they stood across from him under the pressure of greatness. He claimed Jacob had talent and aggression, but talent alone was not enough to carry the responsibility of leadership. Roman reminded everyone that he had defended the family name against legends, champions, and entire locker rooms. He said that being tribal chief was more than fighting hard. It was about surviving pressure nobody else could handle. Jacob interrupted Roman and laughed. He said Roman sounded exactly like someone desperate to protect power. Jacob claimed Roman's words no longer carried the same weight because cracks had already started showing. He argued that Roman had spent too much time controlling others instead of preparing for what came next. Jacob said the next chapter had already arrived, and it was standing directly in front of Roman Reigns. Roman stepped closer and told Jacob to be careful about confusing confidence with disrespect. Roman explained that many men had walked into WWE thinking they could replace him, only to realize they were nowhere near his level. Roman said the pressure of carrying the family on his back would crush anyone who wasn't ready. He questioned whether Jacob truly understood what he was demanding. Jacob answered immediately. He said he understood perfectly. He understood sacrifice. He understood pain. Most importantly, he understood combat. Jacob claimed Roman no longer represented hunger because success had made him comfortable. He said comfort created weakness, and weakness eventually destroyed kings. Jacob promised Roman that he would expose every weakness in front of the world. The crowd exploded as Jacob finally made his intentions crystal clear. He stared Roman Reigns in the eyes and officially challenged him to a tribal combat match. Jacob declared that this would not be about championships or headlines. This would be about honor, respect, and proving once and for all who truly deserved to lead the family legacy. He said there would be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and no excuses left behind. Roman remained silent for a moment, staring intensely at Jacob as the tension inside the arena reached another level. Roman slowly raised the microphone and said Jacob clearly had courage, but courage often disappeared the second reality hit hard. Roman claimed tribal combat was not a game. It was war. He reminded Jacob that wars changed people forever and sometimes destroyed careers completely. Jacob stepped even closer and told Roman he wasn't afraid of war because war lived inside him already. He said Roman had spent years convincing the world he was untouchable, but every empire eventually fell. Jacob promised he would be the man responsible for ending Roman's reign over the family once and for all. Roman smirked before lowering his microphone. He leaned closer and quietly said that if Jacob wanted tribal combat, then he'd better prepare himself for consequences he could never imagine. Roman warned Jacob that once the challenge became official, there would be no turning back. The two men stood face to face in complete silence as the crowd erupted around them. Neither competitor moved. Neither competitor blinked. The atmosphere felt electric because everyone understood the seriousness of what had just happened. Jacob Fatu had officially challenged Roman Reigns, and the road toward tribal combat had finally begun.